we aim to create a new leadership class for America, marked by courage, learning, friendship, patriotism, and vocational excellence.
The desire to fight has got to come from a visceral love for your country, or else it will not seem worth any struggle against its corruption.
What shall we do with this enormous inheritance, which is our birthright citizenship in history's greatest republic?
Our next award is our Charles H. Hoflick Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is not given out every year. It's only given out on rare occasions when we have someone who's especially worthy of receiving it. It's named in honor of Charles H. Hoflick, a longtime president of Univest Corporation and founding member of ISI's Board of Trustees. Past winners have included William F. Buckley Jr., Gerhard Niemeyer, Richard Ware, Ed Fulner, M. Stanton Evans, Lou Lehrman, Richard V. Allen, Lee Edwards, Jack Templeton, Larry Arnn, and Diana Davis Spencer, who is with us this evening. Tonight's award goes to Dr. Harvey Mansfield. During his 60 years of teaching at Harvard, he has been involved in numerous ISI programs, including writing for the Intercollegiate Review, lecturing on campuses and at conference lectures on topics as diverse as Tocqueville, Machiavelli, manliness, and Montesquieu, among others. He has hosted campus debates. He's been a faculty advisor to the Harvard Salient, which is an ISI-affiliated paper on campus. And he has also written a very popular short book, which each of you have on your seats, which is ISI's Student Guide to Political Philosophy, first published in 2001. He is currently, and has been in the past few years, mentoring a group of ISI Weaver Fellows studying under him at Harvard, and those include Evelyn Boyden, Sarah Gustafson, who's with us tonight, Dimitrios Halikias, and Sophia Pangel. Harvey is the William R. Kenan Professor of Government at Harvard University, where he teaches on political philosophy. He has written on Edmund Burke and the nature of political parties, on Machiavelli and the invention of indirect government, in defense of a defensible liberalism, and in favor of a constitutional American political science. He has received the Sidney Hook Memorial Award from the National Association of Scholars, and in 2004, he accepted a National Humanities Medal from the president. He has hardly left Harvard University since he first arrived in 1949, and he's been on the faculty since 1962. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Harvey Mansfield.
Oh, thank you very much. A Lifetime Achievement Award. That's what you give when you can't think of any particular thing that a person has done. And as my wife remarked, how did they know that I would still be alive at 90? But here I am. I've sort of had my say this afternoon, and I also wanted to defer to the importance of our previous speaker, good friend Glenn Lowry. But I can make some remarks about my 60 years teaching at Harvard. That's my lifetime, or plus 4 years as an undergraduate and 4 years as a graduate student. So it's really all my adult life. And I'm sorry to say that the place is a mess. It doesn't sound like I'm sorry to say it, but that's all right. It suffers from what used to be called, and still exists, you don't hear the name too often, liberal permissiveness. The relaxation of a sense of duty and denial of the need for excellence. This is shown in several ways, the sexual revolution and especially at the universities in grade inflation, which I've been an enemy, a declared but unsuccessful enemy for most of my time at Harvard. And in general, the loss of academic standards. I think conservatives are at their best when they're holding society to its standard. We watch as the other party concerns itself primarily with the vulnerable, and including the vulnerable in the mass of our country. And that's a good thing, but it's also important that our country live by its standards and that it celebrate those who live up to those standards and even beyond, those who deserve to be honored. So I think that's always been a feature of conservatism. Now the liberal permissiveness has as its evil twin brother, say, liberal intolerance. And that has two modes, genial and aggressive. Genial, I get from my colleagues. I don't have a bad life. They don't shun me or they let me talk. They don't listen. But they let me talk, and that's a certain kind of free speech. They believe, as I said, being all of them absolute liberals, that morality is about feeling sorry. So a liberal is a person who spends his lifetime looking for people to be sorry for, the vulnerable. And they want to include the vulnerable so that we are more of a whole and we don't exclude anybody. As I say, that's a good idea, but it doesn't exhaust justice. Justice is also the honoring of those who deserve more credit, maybe even more money, but especially deserve more honor. Then there's the other mode, the aggressive intolerance, which has come to the fore recently under the name of woke. This is a sorry way to run a university. Woke. I'm awake and the rest of you are unawoke. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is so aggressive and so disputable that it will excite opposition and even a kind of university revolution. And I see signs of it in the fact that the character of the university has become more and more a political issue. And this is bad for universities, but good in this case. Well, let me finish by thanking my friends at ISI. I love your slogan of making human beings better. And the best way to make them better is to cultivate your mind. Thank you.